Hey, what's going on YouTube? I just wanted to get a video out today talking about the Gemini 3 Pro. I have access to it and I have noticed something that not many are talking about, and that is the app builder. So I actually found a few apps within their gallery. I don't know if that is from them or other developers, but it actually excited me when I found one, and I will actually talk about it in this video. But real quick, I kind of wanted to show you exactly what I did within just 10 seconds with an idea that I had. So I noticed a lot of times in the videos you'll see on YouTube different documentations or network diagrams, and they kind of got some animations. So I just kind of went here and I said, hey, I want to get an app that allows me to upload a picture and then create that animation for me. Now it's a multi-model tool. It uses not only VO 3.1, but it also uses nano bananas. So as you can see here, here's the example of that, and I'll kind of show you how I got here and how you could do it yourself.
When peering is enabled, the private subnets can communicate. But if we disable the VPC peering connection, the packet transfer immediately fails.
All right, so it's not the best video, but it does get the point across. Now this was one iteration. I'm sure we could make it even better. I'm not even sure if we could change the 3.1 model because I don't know if it's using fast or quality. But with that being said, that was just one iteration, the initial kind of commit, if you will, asking it to, or initial prompt, if you will. But even in there, like, this is the tool that it came up with. So it called it the NetFlow Animator. We have different options up here at the top. We got animate and edit. Here was the prompt. I said it should show connection with peering enabled from private subnet to private. This will say subnet. Again, sometimes when I'm using AI, I kind of just talk to it as fast as possible. When it's something that I need to be more detailed, I definitely be sure to do so. But in this case, when I'm kind of just testing stuff out, I don't even care what I say. It kind of just works most of the time anyway. So, and then I said, then also show VP with the VPC disabled and how it breaks the connection. Simple packet transfer demonstration. So that was kind of my idea. I wanted to be able to upload this picture and just kind of have, a simple demonstration of how the connection would look if VPC peering was enabled. Now this also came with audio, which is not something that I expected, but this is something that I could use or another person could use inside of their video when they're demonstrating or talking about, a connection between just two private subnets and a VPC, or, two different VPCs with a peering connection and two private subnets talking to one another. And as I was able to spin up this app, so now going forward, we go ahead and I can even do another one, which we'll do right now together. So as you can see, this is actually the picture that I came up with from Nano Bananas. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit out, and we're going to go ahead and create a new chat, discard and continue. And then over here at the right, you're going to see Nano Banana Pro. Go ahead and select that. And then I already have mine selected, and you will have to link an API key. So this is just, again, I'm just going to ask for like a simple diagram. So in this case, we're just going to ask for, I don't know, it's pretty simple. I just said a simple network diagram of how router works in a small business with multiple computers. So we're going to go ahead and run it, and then within like 10 seconds, we should have something to kind of work with. All right, so it looks like a simple diagram. So here we got the internet, we have a modem, a router. Obviously, it's going to go ahead and route that traffic to each of the computers. We got a printer over here. So let's go ahead and we're going to download this picture, and then we'll head over to the app that we had just created. All right, and all we have to do now is just click on new upload. This is the kind of like the landing page of this app, bring diagrams to life, and we're just going to go ahead and upload it here. All right, so I went ahead and I uploaded that diagram. So here on the left, I'm just going to kind of do a simple, prompt again. All right, so I just simply said demonstrate what happens when a packet comes into the network and needs to go to computer A. And again, when I actually looked at the image, which we'll see in a minute, there's actually two computer A's and two laptop C's. We obviously could have been more descriptive or even changed that prompt when we had generated that photo. But again, for this example, let's go ahead and just click on generate animation. Another cool thing though to mention is that in this app, here was the prompt that I had. But in this app, it actually didn't really, I didn't mention any of this, but it gives us like some, I'll go ahead and copy this, but it gives us some things to work with here. Some like pre-made ideas based on what we're looking at. So I think that's pretty cool. But again, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate what happens when a packet comes into the network and needs to go from computer A. We're going to leave the aspect ratio, and then we also have some options here. We're going to leave that on 720p and click on generate animation. All right, and literally under a minute, maybe a minute and a half, we now have an animation. So let's go ahead and play it out, and you'll notice actually it didn't work out as great as it should have.
A data packet enters the network from the internet service provider, moves through the modem to the router, which then directs the packet specifically to computer A.
So everything was perfect. I actually liked everything, and we could probably even edit it, obviously, but maybe with this one here. Not something I'm really going to highlight in this video. It's just a quick app to kind of give you an idea of what you guys can do. But as you can see, it kind of went to laptop C, talked about going A. Some of it went to A, but the other half went to C. Again, that's probably related to the 3.1 fast model I'm assuming is being used in this multi-model tool. But it is a start. Within under 10 minutes, I was able to kind of generate this tool to be used, and I'm going to continue to iterate on it and maybe even make it better for a future video. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually kind of just walk through a quick app and show you how it can be done. So what we did in that previous app that I had developed, I used the Nano Banana powered app, and I also use animate images with VO. There's a different tools here. So if we go over to the right, we're going to get Google Maps. There's also Google Search Data, Generate Images. Actually, it might have been this one. Gemini Intelligence in your app. And the list continues, to go on. But what we're going to do actually is we're going to actually try something out with this Google Search Data. So we're simply going to go ahead and click on Use Google Search Data. And then we're actually going to click on this one as well. I've never done this, so I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but it's just a simple idea that I had, right? So let's say there's a person that needs a tool. Now, this is why it's so cool to kind of be in this stage of AI, and it's only going to continue to get better. But let's say, a person needs a tool for them, personalized tool for them to kind of, scrape Google, if you will. I mean, there's plenty of options out there, right? But maybe they want to customize it even more to be more relatable to what they actually do. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just create an app that allows me to search for home inspectors in an area. And not only do I want to get the home inspectors in that area, but let's say I'm a web developer and I want to see any home inspectors in a particular area that doesn't have a website link maybe to their business profile on Google. So let's just maybe do that and just see what kind of comes of it. I don't think we'll probably get the best results, but hey, it's worth a shot just kind of playing around with this tool. So just a quick prompt. We said generate a tool that allows the user to search for home inspectors in any particular location on Google. We want to then find the home inspectors that do not have a website link attached to their business profile. This list of home inspectors in that area without a website should then be returned back to the user to view. And then we're going to click on build. All right, so it looks like the app actually has been generated. It says allow this app to request access to location. We'll go ahead and just allow it for now, and I'll be sure to blur that out if anything pops up that I think is irrelevant to the video. But in this case, we have a little UI here, so let's go ahead and go full screen on this app. So we have Inspector Scout, find local businesses without websites, powered by Gemini, find home inspectors missing a web presence, and we could enter a city, zip code, or region, and we'll use the Google Maps and search find it. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and we'll just do the example. So we'll do Austin, Texas, and click on find. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. If this is true, this would be pretty incredible with only 3 sentences and getting to this. So let's actually verify that, some of these are true. Look, we even have, let's actually just take a look at it real quick. So let's slow down. Let's take a look at this. So it says found 10 potential leads, right? We have Brian and Brian Inspections Austin, Greenworks Inspections and Engineering, a Pro Home Inspection Austin, Super Inspector, Fidelity Home Inspection. The list goes on. It looks like there probably could be more. It looks like there obviously could be more. I'm sure there's a lot more. But hey, this is a start. I would wonder why there's not a list. Maybe there's some kind of limit based on the app that was developed. Maybe we would have to continue to iterate on the app to get more and more. But let's go ahead and now verify. So let's go to one that actually says home inspection. So Fidelity Home Inspection. It's got an Austin, Texas address. It's got great reviews, 327 reviews. There's even a lot more, obviously, 1903. I'd be surprised. So let's go to actually this one. Just because it has so many reviews, and you would think that it would actually have a website. So let's go ahead and click on Super Inspector, and we'll kind of view this right here. All right, so it doesn't look to be the case. So I went ahead and I clicked on that link. It brought me to the maps, and here you could see it actually Super Inspector. If I click on website, I'm assuming it's going to have a website. All right, so maybe that didn't work. It did get me a little excited for a second. Let's go back though and check out a few of the others maybe. We'll go ahead and open up a few of these in a new tab. All right, so as you can see, this is another example that was pulled down. It actually does have a website, and actually all of these have websites, it looks like. And that was kind of what I suspected. Now, with that being said, I do want to give, it some credit. It was one prompt, and I didn't expect much of it. And maybe it also confused it because it's looking at the map profile, where sometimes if you do like a Google search and they don't have a physical location, you know, maybe there won't be a link there. Either way, like I said, it was one prompt, and I was actually kind of excited when I saw all of this and I clicked on it. But I didn't expect much, like I said, but it is a good start. This was just a simple app, you know, an idea that I had. I thought it was going to be pretty hard, but I'm sure we could iterate on it and make it even better, or even, you know, use this same kind of idea and create something else. But that's what I wanted to cover today. So I just kind of wanted to bring this tool, you know, this app builder to, you know, to the internet. I'm sure many people are talking about it. I honestly have not heard about it until I just kind of clicked around and realized that this was something that was available to me. And so I'm kind of playing around with it now. I'm sure I'll kind of come back to this and follow up on, you know, this in the future as it continues to get better, or even I continue on how to make it better, or any cool apps that I make from this. So I definitely just want to kind of get this out there and maybe get you guys access to this tool. You know, play around with it yourself, and just let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. But that's it for today's video, and as always, never stop learning.